Yo, welcome back, guys. It's been a couple weeks, and sorry about that, but it's just been crazy with various celebrations with the family for Christmas, for the New Year's, traveling across the country to go see my family with my wife, which was an awesome time, but it made making videos virtually impossible. But we're back, and welcome to 2026, and hopefully we'll be back to just normal week-to-week videos. And guys, a lot's happened. Right, Enzo Maresca was fired. This video is going to be an interesting mix, a little bit of kind of my thoughts on that, my thoughts on Liam Rosenior, what to expect. I'm going to do a brief little look at the game versus Charlton and build a squad together. But I'm curious, really, what are your guys' thoughts? How do you feel about the current state of Chelsea? Right, you hear fans chanting. Not in a positive way, we'll put it that way, against Egbali while he's sitting in the stands with the new manager. Can you imagine how awkward that would be? Which deserved. Sorry, I'm adjusting the camera here a little bit. But nonetheless, it's a weird time, right? It's unstable, it's chaotic, which is nothing new. It's the chaotic Chelsea circus. But today we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what to expect from Rosenior, and we're going to talk about the match. So let's go ahead and hop into a little bit of discussion looking at Chelsea versus Charlton. Okay, so this game, guys, it's an interesting one, right? It's the third round of the FA Cup. It's extremely important. We're clearly not just off the boil. We're basically out of the game for Premier League competition and competing for that competition, unfortunately. So these cups are giant. Every knockout league that we're in, whether it be the FA Cup, the EFL Cup, the Champions League, we need to prioritize those heavily. In this game against Charlton, right? Charlton's not some third-level team. They are in the Championship, and we understand the Championship is an extremely strong league. They're not one of the best teams in the Championship, so I'm not going to overdo this. I'm not also going to sit here as a Chelsea content creator and say that we should expect a difficult game. If we're Chelsea and we're expecting a difficult game against Championship opposition, we are in a darker place than we think we are. So I think we'll be absolutely fine. But nonetheless, they're still a professional team in the Championship that are going to seek to knock out Chelsea. And we know that cup competitions are when Cup Cinderella stories happen. So how can we avoid that? So look with me over here real quick to, I like using whoscored.com. And this is basically a website that looks at ways teams play, looks at tendencies, and starts to list out strengths, weaknesses, areas that you can exploit with them. So strengths for Charlton Athletic, they're good at counterattacks and they're good at aerial duels. That is not a surprise to me. When you have teams that are oftentimes not necessarily title contenders in any league that they're in, right? Normally they like taking advantage of these types of areas. So oftentimes there will be teams that will provide low blocks. They will say, come at me, I'll give you the possession, probably because we can't actually handle the possession, right? I'll let you have the ball, I'll let you have the bulk of the opportunities, but I will have high danger opportunities on the counter attack with quick wingers, with quick attacks, with quick moves when you are in our half. And then also past that, right, aerial duels, whether that be from corners, set pieces, maybe even perhaps long throws. So we've seen that before with lower level opposition in the Premier League, which we apparently have a harder time with that than with the higher level opposition, which is insane. But those are some of their strengths that we need to be vigilant about, especially at the back, right? Are we making good choices in the back? Are we not giving away silly red cards? Are we not shooting ourselves in the foot, which we do all the time, right? And then weaknesses of theirs. These coincide, right, kind of with their strengths, what I was just talking to you about. They have a hard time keeping possession of the ball. They also have a hard time finishing scoring chances. And lastly, they have a very hard time defending against skillful players, of whom we have a lot. So I think this is going to be a game that we might need to be a little patient with, right? That often is how cup games go against lower level opposition. They set up with 5 at the back perhaps, and then are protected by 2 defensive midfielders, and they keep everything narrow so there's nothing through the middle, right? I think we're going to have to utilize our wingers, and I have a new set of wingers that I'm going to be playing tomorrow, and I want to see if you guys agree with that. And we have to both have to be patient and not get frustrated, but also we have to be very quick, which I think that really goes hand in hand with how, at least, right, because all we can go by right now is words, Roseniors first talk to the media. When he came in, he said he likes to play high tempo, aggressive, front foot football. And also he said he wants to play a brand of football that gets fans that are at home off their couches within the first 10 to 15 minutes. He wants to be quick. And I don't know about you, but after watching hundreds and thousands of minutes of back passes and lateral passes from the center back to the other center back, and one center back planting his foot on the ball and then passing it back to Rob Sanchez, at times, right, I had a hard time getting through the games. We'll see if it's any different, right? Again, words are cheap, but could be fun. Could be fun to watch. So that's some of the stuff to expect from Charlton. And also, I think a little bit of the expectation of what we need to do with this new setup with Rosenior of being high tempo, right, being front foot possession based, but also attacking, right, with Rosenior. Not to mention, nonetheless, no matter what your thoughts are on Maresca getting fired, a new manager almost always, unless he's a complete lump, promotes some level of excitement and fervor in a team. And no matter what your thoughts are, how angry you are about firing Maresca, we have one win in the last 9 Premier League matches. We clearly need some kind of shot of energy, and I think this could be it. And this isn't a Premier League game, and I think it's an interesting set of circumstances, right? He's only been with the team a couple days, training with them a couple days. It's an FA Cup game, which is always dangerous, and it's at Charlton. At a really cool venue, by the way. I'll pop a video up here, or a picture. It's a really cool looking venue, so it should, I'm assuming, be a really good atmosphere for this game. But we always have good away support. I think we'll be good to go, and I think we'll be well set up to perform well in this game. So that's some of the stuff to expect from Charlton. Expect counterattacks, expect to have a low block, trying to let you come to them, right? Kind of atypical championship opposition type of thing when they're playing against Premier League opposition. And once again, I think we'll be good, but those are some things to expect. Now, let's go over and hop onto our squad building. All right, guys, so you see here, this is my starting 11, and again, like I said earlier with your thoughts on the coach, I want to also hear your thoughts on the starting 11, because this, I will comfortably say, this is the least confident I've been in a starting 11 I've done all year. And that's for many reasons, because it's for a FA Cup game, which you never know, will they rotate? Will they stay strong, especially now that we're further into the competitions? There's a new coach, right? We have players that are suspended. There are a plethora of things making it so I have no clue who's going to start this game. Is it going to be heavily rotated? Is it going to be basically the strongest 11? Is it going to be the strongest 11, but that could be very different because it's a new coach? I couldn't tell you. Maybe you can. Let me know. But nonetheless, we'll see what you guys think about this team. I kind of did a mixture of rotation because I do think there will be rotation, as there should be, in my opinion. A little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. Because recall, we had 10 players playing over 70 minutes of football, a man down. And that is extremely tiring. So in the back, we got Rob Sanchez. Jorgensen played well against City, but nonetheless, Sanchez is my starter. On the right, I have Josh Champong. This is my first question. Will Reese continue to play as a midfielder under Rosenior? I know Rosenior plays with these wingbacks some. I don't know if James is built for playing as a wingback anymore, at least from a health standpoint. Will we just promote another injury if we do that? I don't know. I don't know if he'll want him as a midfielder. So that's question number one. But nonetheless, I'd love to see Josh get some minutes. I think this would be a great game for it. And I have him in at right back. And then some rotation in the center back position as well. I have Benoit and Trev Chalobah. I'm never going to be super content with the center back pairing until people are healthy. And I would like to play Wes, but I don't recall him getting any minutes on the weekend. So I don't really see it happening or this week. And on the left, Hato, who that's a bright spot, guys. I thought he looked lost for the first couple months here at Chelsea. He's starting to look very confident. He's making good choices. Just a small little moment that I really liked is when he was getting pressured heavily. I don't remember who it was by, Jimenez maybe. And the ball's kind of bouncing along the end line, and he just heads it back to Rob Sanchez. That's a little moment, but demonstrating by a teenager player in a high tension moment that he has some composure, showing some confidence. Midfield, Andre Santos. You saw I was saying some new starters perhaps. It's time to see if maybe he will start being a regular player. It was unfortunate for him, right, that he got yanked because of the red card. I hope he gets another opportunity in this game. And then Reece in the midfield. I'm guessing that maybe he'll continue there. He didn't start against Fulham, so I would expect to start now. And then Enzo Fernandez, not really right as a number 10. He kind of will crash the box more on the left side here, and then Santos can kind of fill in here, obviously. He won't be this totally drifting 10 that we tend to see with like a Joao Pedro or a Cole Palmer. I have Cole Palmer sitting this game. It'll probably come off the bench. I'm not worried. I know everyone's worried about him. He came off a massive injury. He was out for a long time. People have to remember these are humans. They're humans, guys. This is not FIFA where your rating remains the same, and then once you're off injury, you can just pop back in. They're the same exact player. They're humans who have to get back to speed. Yeah, has it taken a little bit longer than you want? Yeah, I probably think so. Has it also been a horrible window of time for Chelsea since he's gotten back in the team? Absolutely. I don't worry about it. Nonetheless, I don't think you need to start this game. I think that's a little bit of rotation for me against Charlton. And then on the left, I have Garnacho. Pedro Neto, I love his work, right? I love his effort. You never question that. He does have better goal and assist output this year, but at times, like if you remember when he should have just whipped the ball in and he like deep faked our team like 3 times. He was like, oh, and then he hit it, and then nobody was ready for the cross near the end of the game. There's just a lot of moments like that are frustrating, and you could actually see Rosenior in the stands. He was kind of mimicking it to whoever he was conversating with, and hopefully that means it's something he'll work on with Neto. But nonetheless, I have Garnacho on the left and Estevao on the right. We all know that he deserves minutes, and I'm hoping he starts to get more. I'm also hoping that he's not always the first one to get lopped off whenever something starts to go wrong, because that is something that will break down the confidence of the player. Up top, I have Delap. That's not rotated, obviously, but I think he deserves to start again. Joao Pedro is an enigma to me. He produces sometimes, but also he's horrible to watch at times. He's just completely uninvolved, no press, walking around the pitch at all times when the ball's like next to him. I'm not at all like decision made on him, but I think Delap should start again. I think Delap will be the favorite to start now under Rosenior, because Rosenior has managed him before. So, nonetheless, that's my squad, guys. As for prediction, I do think we'll win this game, and I'm going to go out and say under a new manager, new confidence, I think we'll win 3-1. I think Charlton will nip a goal, but I think we'll score 3, and it'll be a comfortable win in the end. I think it could possibly be a slow start for the first 15-20 minutes, as that often happens in these cup games, but I do think we'll come out on top, and it will be Liam Rosenior's first win as Chelsea manager. Hopefully the first of many, and hopefully the first of more than 18 months. So anyway, guys, let your thoughts just go down below in the comments section. I'd love to interact with you guys. How are you feeling? Right? Let's continue to move forward. This is the team we have. We love them no matter the circumstances. So up the Blues, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.